one thing about Guyanese people, they can cuss. The ISIS, and I'm gonna look good whilst I'm in that room. What's gone, buddy? Nothing can get past me. Nothing. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Things secured and in the bag. How you doing? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. I know. But this is the reason why I'm doing this video, because there's a lot that I need to catch you guys up on. Like, this year has been, it's been a year. So your girl is back, and let's just jump right into the video. If you guys see me looking over to my right, I just have all my notes and my questions here. So yeah, that's why I'm looking over here. So before I begin, I asked you guys on my Instagram and on my community tab to just like send me some questions so that I can answer it. So I got a few questions and we're gonna jump right in. The beginning of this year, I literally started off feeling so secure, so confident. Yeah, like 2024 is gonna be my year, and like I have things secured and in the bag, and you know, all these things, all these nice things. And don't get me wrong, like I did start off this year really like secure, really confident. You know, I had like a few clients that, you know, I was working with and things were going really great. And then I would say from May is when like things kind of like took a turn, and I had to make like some really big decisions. And long story short, I made those decisions. And then that kind of took me into a period of stagnation, and I went into hermit mode. Somebody asked me, what was your favorite experience of this year? And with everything that I went through this year, I would say my favorite experience was going back to Guyana. Yeah, that beat everything. Like, honestly, going back home after 17 years was just, it made 2024 for me. So let me elaborate more. Obviously, like, I met my family, and you know, my extended family. I met like my great uncle, I met my aunties, I met my cousins, and I went back to the house that I grew up in when I was younger. I was able to like look through like some old albums and just like, you know, just even like see my dad's like school that he grew up in. And I didn't even scrape the surface. Like, there's still so many relatives that I haven't seen yet, because my family is huge. So there's still so many people to see and so many places to actually go. So that was like the highlight of my trip. I also met up with Philip. Philip is a Jamaican born YouTuber, but he's living in Guyana. And like the couple times that we met up, like it was always like such good vibes. Like, you know, even just him meeting my mom and them also bonding really well, and just like him being a tour guide in my country was just hilarious, because like Philip knows so much about Guyana, and I just like, I know that when I go back home, obviously I have my family, but I know that when I go back home, like, you know, me and Philip will definitely link up more, and we will definitely go out and explore many different places. So I really like enjoyed meeting Philip, and even to this day, like Philip still like checks in, and you know, he gives me like you know, tips on like my YouTube and stuff like that. So shout out to you, Philip. Obviously, another major highlight of my trip going back home was the food. Like, I am a foodie. It may not look like it, but I can eat, I can put it down, you know. So going back home and just tasting, you know, my food authentically, you know, it was just, honestly, at one point, at a couple points, I got sick of eating. I'm not even gonna lie, like I was actually like so, because I was eating a lot, you know, like my mom just kept feeding me, and obviously like I'm not complaining about her feeding me, like I enjoyed it because I didn't have to like worry about cooking for myself, because cooking it be tiring sometimes, you know. So being able to just like get food like and just like consistently, it did get overwhelming for my stomach, because I'm not really a big eater. I do a lot of intermediate fasting, and I just don't really eat a lot. So being able to just eat our food and just like try egg ball and, you know, eat chow mein and fried rice, like, and obviously I visited my auntie's spot, and her spot, like, when I tell you, my auntie Anis, you can cook, you can real cook, you know. So I just really enjoyed like tasting my auntie's food and just being home and just eating real Guyanese food. So I enjoyed that. And obviously I have to speak about Guyanese accent.
Fellas, we just fed up eating cook up all the time, so it's not y'all alone. We just want something special. Nice little fried rice, some kind of fucking rice, any kind of rice.
You don't really hear the Guyanese accent on me. Like, it will come out here and there, very like small, because obviously like I've grown up in London. I went to high school, primary school, college, all of that, and it's like my accent isn't really there. But when I went back home, when I tell you, yeah, I absolutely I absolutely love Guyanese accent. Like, our accent is just raw. It's just very raw, you know. It's just like, what's gone, buddy? You know, like, it's just like it's just like, we just have such a different twang, and like how we speak is just like very authentic, very raw, very donkey. Just hearing everybody just like converse and just like, and one thing about Guyanese people, they can cuss, they can cuss. Like, when you think British people have potty mouths, Guyanese people, we're on another level. And I just thought that like it was just me, because I can swear, like, you know, I mean, I've toned it down, but I feel like going back home and seeing how Guyanese people just naturally talk, it's just a part of their language. Like, swearing is a part of their language, you know. So I feel like that's also where I got it from, and I get it now. And also as well, like, we talk really loud. Like, I would have to be like, when I went back home, I was literally saying to my mom, like, Mommy, can you like lower your voice? And she's like, oh gosh, girl, this is our attack. And it's like, I never really like deeped that, okay, like, she's talking that way because she's actually Guyanese. I just thought that she just talked that way because she just talks that way, like, you know, just because she wants you to hear her. But going back home and hearing Guyanese people talk, and they're talking loud, they're very boisterous, you know. So all of that, it was just amazing to just see that this is how my people act, and this is how they converse, and this is their language, and this is just how they talk. It was just an eye-opener for me. So it's like, whenever my mom speaks now, it's just like, okay, it's just how she is. So yeah, that was like a really great eye-opener for me, and I'm just really like happy about the fact that we literally have a straight flight from Grenada to Guyana and vice versa. Like, there's no such thing as coincidences. Like, since going to Guyana in August, like, I've been seeing so many synchronicities that have been like aligning me back home. So it's like, now that there's a direct flight, best believe I'm going to be going back home more and just strengthening my roots to my homeland. So I'm just really excited about that, and yeah, so many exciting things. So to answer your question, this was definitely the highlight of my year. Yeah. Someone asked me, name one interesting experience you had this year. I went live about this around the time that it happened, but this was in January. So I don't know if you guys know, but my middle name is Isis, like the Egyptian goddess Isis. And basically my name was trending on GBN News, and basically I must have got a call from I think it was immigrations or someone like that. I must have got a call, and they was like, oh, is this Miss Punch? And I was like, yes. And then they was like, oh, do you have a business registered under the name of Isis? And I was like, yes, Isis Holistics, my spa business, because I'm a qualified massage therapist. And I was like, what is this about? And he was just like, oh, where are you located? And I was like, I'm located on the Strip. And he was just like asking me like hella questions, and I was just like, listen, like, buddy, what is this about? Like, please get to the point. So long story short, the previous Prime Minister Keith Mitchell, he basically went on GBN and was like, oh, somebody called him and was like, oh, do you know that the ISIS organization is registered in Grenada? And he was like, the ISIS? Yo, I'm gonna put the video down. I'm gonna put the video somewhere on the screen.
What is your objective? And reasonable people, logically thinking people, starting to ask the question, what is your objective? What you're hoping to achieve by going on a program, going on GBN Beyond the Headlines program, and make those pronouncements? What you hoping to achieve? Listen to that carefully.
And especially now, as I told you at the beginning of the program, someone called me this evening and said, are you aware that the ISIS organization is registered in Grenada? I said, no, ISIS, as you mean ISIS? They said, yes. And I said, you sure you know what you're saying?
Guys, they're talking about...
He was like, the ISIS? And he was like, no, this can't be. You know, like, how is the ISIS organization registered in Grenada? And it was just trending for a while, and I can't remember who the guy was that was like doing the interview, but he was basically, he kind of cleared my name, and he was just like, you know, anybody in their right mind will actually do research, and actually, because they even put my business registration on Facebook, and they you know, they even had like my address and my phone number. No, they had my phone number on it and my address, but obviously I wasn't living at that address anyways, but they had my phone number. So I was just like, listen, like, you lot can't be like putting out stuff like that. It has my phone number. I don't want people calling me being like, oh, like, you're gonna bomb Grenada, like, you know. So that was like the only thing that I was a bit concerned with. But the guy that has his platform, I forgot his name, he basically cleared my name, and it was just like, you know, you actually have to do your research. You can't just take what people are saying. And he himself actually went on Google and typed in ISIS, because he actually called me, and he was just basically saying like, oh, like, who are you? Can you just like give an explanation? And I was just like, yeah, my middle name is Isis. You know, it's the Egyptian goddess Isis of, you know, balance and... well, no, that's my ad, sorry. But it's the great mother Isis, basically. And he did his research, and he basically cleared my name. So that was one of the most interesting experience I've had this year. Like, I was gobsmacked, but my name is cleared. I am bombing Grenada. From May, I had like, I was in hermit mode, and you know, things were a bit stagnant for me. So during that time, I kind of was just focusing a lot on my spiritual practices, and just like healing myself in terms of like thinking about past situations that happened, and you know, why did they happen? What was the lesson? I did a lot of journaling. I'm actually nearly, well, it's inside, but I did a lot of journaling. I'm actually nearly done my journal. I bought a lot of books. This book I'm actually currently reading. It's called Acts of Faith, Daily Meditations for People of Color. So I actually recently got this book. It wasn't that long ago. I thrifted it. But yeah, like I've been seeking tools that will further help me just ground myself, just bring me more peace. And of course, I am in a relationship as well, so I have also been focusing on becoming better for myself and also for my partner. So through that, I also started reading Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. That's like a practical guide for like to understand men basically, and men to understand women. So that has really been helpful as well in my relationship. So yeah, like during those periods of stagnation, I literally was just getting my energy up, getting more creative, launching some new stuff. It wasn't all stagnation. I was doing a lot of freelance work. So I was working with individual people, you know, content creators, people who were up and coming businesses. So yeah, like it wasn't completely stagnant. I was doing a lot of freelance work as well, and also a lot of community outreach as well, because I'm really big on community and I feel like it needs more attention. So obviously through our agency we started to adopt more content around community outreach. And yeah, like during all those times, like we was just getting, you know, building up our ideas, and just like our creativity just kept like building up, and yeah, we dropped some really great stuff. So yeah, and that actually takes me to my next question, which is, what are some milestones you achieved this year? So some of the milestones that I achieved this year, me and Jamal covered our second art exhibition for the Grenada's 50th anniversary. So that was like a big deal. We covered that. I launched the PIN podcast. So that is another extension to our agency. And that's all about, you know, having tough conversations, you know, more community outreach, speaking to kids more. I actually do need to get another interview with an up and coming artist. So that's pending. So yeah, like we launched the PIN podcast, and that was really fun. And I hope that, well, I'm not even hoping, this year 2025 I'm definitely going to be focusing more on pushing out more interesting topics and more insightful topics for my viewers. So that was like a really great milestone for us. I actually hosted my very first Art of Influence workshop. I've finally done it. I've launched my new Art of Influence workshop. Let's recap quickly. The turnout for this event was absolutely amazing, and I just want to give a big shout out to all the women that came through. I launched this workshop because I have been feeling unfulfilled. I've been asking myself questions like, what is my purpose and how better can I use my gifts to help people? Yesterday's workshop was so interactive, and all the women that came are just so talented. It was an absolutely amazing session. Let's get into the workshop now. So as you guys can see, I made some worksheets for everybody because I wanted this workshop to have structure, and I felt like it was really important for everybody to have a really easy flow. And I absolutely loved sharing my gifts with them and sharing my knowledge on social media with them. We're in 2024, guys. We're literally in the middle of the year. Time is flying. And I said this to the women yesterday, and I'm gonna say it to you guys. Don't let the world's perspective hold you back from doing what you want to do. Don't let anybody hold you back from your mission, because the time is gonna go and you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, what the F did I do with my life? This is your sign to launch that new project. Don't let anybody hold you back. I can't wait for the next workshop. Stay tuned for more details. Bye! So that workshop was basically to help up and coming influencers in Grenada kind of understand how to develop their brand, and you know how they can differentiate themselves from an oversaturated platform. And that was a success. I just did one, but I am definitely hoping to do more next year. Maybe if it's not physical, it will be online. So more to come with that. And then another milestone was we actually covered the Grenada Film Festival, and that was like a really big deal. And we actually did the social media coverage and social media marketing for that whole festival, and it was a lot of work, but we did some amazing work. And yeah, I was really happy about that. And then the last thing which we actually accomplished like during this period. I would say like from November. Yeah, we're working in tourism now, so yeah, we did some good stuff this year. So those were some accomplishments that I and my partner achieved this year. So the next question is, what's one habit you've adopted this year that has changed your life drastically? So for me, I stopped smoking back in September, the first week in September, or the second week in September. I can't really remember the day, but all I know is after I came back from Guyana, I stopped smoking weed, and I haven't smoked since then. And I know it's not a very long time, but my mind has shifted drastically. I have more energy now. I'm able to focus more, and honestly, like I feel much more in tune with my being. It's like my intuition is just like that, like nothing can get past me, like you get me, like that's how I feel really strong. I feel really tapped in and just connected to myself, you know. So that was a really big shift that I made this year, and I'm very much looking to continue it into 2025. I completely want to stop smoking weed, and honestly this is the journey that I'm on right now. So yeah. And I think another thing that I really did was not being afraid to ask for what I want. I feel like I would class that as a change of perspective, because, you know, sometimes I felt like, oh, like I'm not able to get this opportunity, or I'm not able to go in this place because of, you know, past situations and how other people made me feel. And I had to shift my mind, and I had to say, well, listen, like I want a particular lifestyle for myself, and nobody is physically holding me back. So I had to change that mindset, and I had to let myself go in order for me to really see what I was capable of this year. So I would say definitely smoking weed and just getting out of my own way. Yes, yeah, definitely. And I think as well, like a lot of the times, you know, people do hold themselves back because they feel like they're not either ready for this opportunity, or, you know, a lot of the times like people find reasons as to like why they can't go after something, like, oh, how am I gonna do this, you know, how is it gonna work out, you know, I can't do this right now because I don't have enough time, or whatever the reason is. And, you know, I was listening to a a TikTok video or a YouTube video, and the guy was just basically saying, like, you know, a lot of the times our mind keeps us in familiarity. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Familiarity. Yo, so your mind keeps you in familiar patterns. Let me just say that's much easier. And obviously you're comfortable, so your mind is going to look for all types of situations that allow you to stay in that comfortable bubble. So if you really want to grow, and you really want to change, and you really want to, you know, experience the other side of life, you have to get out of your own way, and you have to start doing something new. You have to start doing something different, and stop worrying about the how and the when and the why, you know. Just worry about, is this something that I want to go after? How does my soul feel about it? And you go after it, and everything will manifest for that to become possible. You know, like you can't manifest without taking action. Like it doesn't work. You have to co-create with the universe, and that's how things come to life. So that's something that I feel like people need to focus on doing a lot more next year. Like there's no reason why anybody should be poor. There shouldn't be any reason why anybody shouldn't be in their dream job. because we have so many resources nowadays days and so many people teaching you how to manifest and teaching you how to grow a business and teaching you how to shift your mindset. So if you aren't doing these things and if you aren't seeing a change, then the only person to blame is you. That's definitely something that I had to realize a lot this year, and I have. And next year I'm definitely pushing, definitely asking for what I want next year, and you know, not being afraid to be in rooms that people deem I shouldn't be in. Yeah, because I'm gonna be in that room, you know, and I'm gonna look good whilst I'm in that room. How you doing?
How you doing?
Do you see yourself staying in Grenada during 2025? Also, what happened to your sister? Will she ever return to Grenada as you both made the move together? So I'm definitely still living in Grenada. Of course, next year I'm gonna be living here because Grenada is my base for now, but there will be some traveling. So expect to see some more traveling content from me. I know that you guys love my traveling content. Like, my traveling content always does really good. So expect to see some travel. I'm not saying tomorrow. Time is linear, so tomorrow. But yeah, expect to see traveling content next year. But yeah, like, Grenada is my base for now. And then as for my sister, honestly, like, my sister, she is living back and forth. She hasn't come back to Grenada in a while, but she will be coming back soon. But she just has other stuff that she is dealing with. You know, everybody's life is different, and of course, like, we can't predict the future, and the universe has a plan for everybody. So she's dealing with her plans over there, but you guys will see her soon enough. How is your journey as a digital content creator going in Grenada? Do you see yourself growing or going further in this field? And what are some of your dreams outside of content creation? Now, this is obviously a 3-section question, but it's a great question. It's great questions. So shout out to whoever sent these questions. They're great. So my journey as a content creator in Grenada so far has been amazing. I honestly didn't envision that this was the path that I was going to be in, because, you know, like, when I was younger, I was literally speaking to Jamal about this morning, but when I was younger, like, I was into, you know, dressing up, looking good, and you know, I was into drama, like, I was into acting, and I just didn't really, like, foresee me getting into content creation, because even when I came down to Grenada, I wasn't actually doing content creation. I was actually doing my at-home spa. So I was providing massage services, waxing, facials. If you guys were around that time, like, the real OGs, you guys know I've been hustling, bro. I've been hustling. So I used to do that when I first got down here. And then, you know, how I got into content creation was just, you know, I would see content creators in Grenada, you know, social media managers, they had their agencies, and they were making some really, like, great videos, and, you know, just making, like, good content, and, you know, they had their brand and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, like, I would love to do this. But then back then I used to be like, oh, how am I gonna do this? What will people think about me doing this? I don't want people thinking I'm copying X, Y, and Z. And I was just still having, like, my soul was just saying, like, do it. Content creation, create your own agency. You know, like, I literally was just having the urge to just do it. Like, it just kept coming up. So one day, like, a woman was like to me, oh, Ninqi, like, you should create your own social media marketing agency. And from then, I just kind of went into this field. So, you know, my journey has definitely been evolving, and I know that next year is going to be a really pivotal year for me in my career. So I'm really excited about that, and just eager to see how things are going to unfold further for me. So that's one question. Let's get into the next one. I've definitely expanded in terms of me now working in tourism. So that's definitely been an expansion. I mean, like I've had lots of different clients in different sectors. So, you know, this is a really big sector for pin agency. And, you know, like there's so many possibilities with us working in tourism now. So I'm definitely expanding in content creation. And yeah, like I'm just open to whatever comes out of this. Then that takes me to the last one, which is what are some of your dreams outside of content creation? This one actually made me ponder, because content creation, there's a mosquito. Content creation is definitely a big part of my life. So this question about, you know, what other dreams do I have, it really made me ponder. And the best answer that I can give you is that I have already achieved a lot of my dreams living in Grenada so far. And it's been dreams that I didn't even dream. Do you get me? Like, my life has just been unfolding in a lot of unexpected ways, and ways that have been better than I even dreamed of. So honestly, like I'm just dreaming as I go, because like sometimes like I would dream about something and then that dream changes, you know, or sometimes it actually works out better than I actually imagined it. So for me, what's been really like working for me, of course, like I do plan and I do, you know, jot down things that I do want to achieve, and of course dreams, but as well I kind of dream as I go. So, you know, now that I'm in tourism, like there's so many possibilities that can come out of this, and it's like as I go and as I, you know, lead my way down tourism and content creation, and even like with my YouTube, like, you know, there's so many possibilities that can come out of these experiences. So I just dream as I go, definitely. So I hope that answered your questions. Yeah. You know, this year had a lot of challenges, I'm not gonna lie. Like it really did have a lot of challenges, and it had a couple dark moments for both Jamal and I, but like honestly, like we prevailed, because, you know, everybody has dark times and dark moments, and you know, when you hit rock bottom, like everybody goes through those moments in life. And honestly, like those moments are there to allow you to see what no longer works for you, and you know, it makes you uncomfortable. And you know, in order to change, like you need to be uncomfortable, unfortunately. Like, you know, us as human beings, it's like we have to get to that uncomfortable point before we really make a big drastic change, you know, which is unfortunate, because it's like we shouldn't have to get to that point in order for us to change. And that's something that I'm definitely working on, you know, at the forefront of my mind for next year. Like, ask for what you want, and don't be afraid to make changes, you know, quickly to better suit you. So yeah, like this year definitely had its ups and downs, but ending out the year has been amazing. Like it's, you know, November's always such an amazing month for me. I obviously turned 24 this year, so your girl is 24.
Guys, this is 24. Cheers.
Yeah, like I feel so much more wise. I feel very accomplished. You know, me and Jamal also celebrated our anniversary this year as well, and we're going really strong. So I'm really like in love with him. Yeah, like I'm just really like happy with the life that I am creating. And yeah, like honestly, this year had its moments, it had its ups and downs, but I'm ending the year strong. And yeah, like I even hit 1,000 subscribers this year as well, so I can't forget that, because you guys know that I've been pushing. Like I have been pushing, and I mean, like I kind of dropped off a bit, but Nevertheless, I have been working tirelessly to, build up my YouTube community, and I really hit a milestone this year. So yeah, like I'm just happy that I was able to make time to sit down with you guys and just chit chat and just catch up, because I have been busy. Like towards the end of this year, like things have really just picked up really quickly, and I just haven't had time to really sit down and dedicate time to YouTube, but I'm doing it today. So yeah, I'm wishing you guys an amazing Christmas. I hope that you guys have an amazing new year, and you guys celebrate all you guys' accomplishments and your lessons this year, and just end out the year on a good footing, just feeling a lot of gratitude, a lot of love, a lot of pride for how far you've come this year. We've made it to the end of another year alive, so there is a lot to be grateful for. And yeah, I'm just happy that I'm building a community of people who support me and appreciate my work. And yeah, like we're definitely gonna get to know each other a lot more next year. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this yearly recap of life in Grenada. And I didn't really speak about life in Grenada. Let me speak about life in Grenada for a bit. So yeah, like honestly, life in Grenada has been amazing. Like I've definitely put myself into Grenada, and I've created my own space here for myself. And yeah, like I genuinely love it. I'm making waves in my own way, and I've definitely adapted to life in Grenada now. So yeah, like I understand that things are the way they are, I understand that people are the way they are, and I'm not focused too much on the negative sides of life in Grenada. Of course it's there, but I just choose to focus more on how I can better enjoy my life in Grenada and create a better experience for myself. So yeah, like I'm genuinely loving life in Grenada, and now that I'm in tourism, it just makes it even more amazing, because I can actually pour into Grenada firsthand. Like people are seeing our content from all around the world. We're meeting new people, we're getting to really show them Grenada from our perspective, and just giving them a taste of what it means to be Grenadian and what it is that we have to offer in the Isle of Spice. So it's an amazing place to be in, and I'm truly honored to be a part of tourism. I'm definitely going to be giving back a lot, and I know that they're also going to be giving back to me, because so far, like I've been learning, both me and Jamal have been learning so much about tourism and about what it takes to actually run tourism in a country, and just all like the ins and outs about it. And yeah, like it's definitely a whole new ball game, and I'm excited because it's not something that I've ever been in, so there's a lot of learning that I have to do on my part. And I love learning. I love being in a new environment where I don't know anything, and I'm kind of starting from scratch, and I have to ask questions, and I have to be a child again. So I'm really enjoying that, and just life in Grenada in general. It's been 4 years now since I've been living here, and I wouldn't change it, not one bit. So this just concludes my 2024 yearly recap of life in Grenada. I hope that you guys enjoyed my chit chat. Of course, if you did, please let's have a chat in the comments. I always love reading you guys' comments and just conversing with you guys and just getting to know you guys more, because we are building a solid community on this channel. And yeah, like I just want to get to know you guys more. And yeah, like if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I always forget to do this, but I'm gonna do it in this video because this video is a good video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, a like, and okay, wait, no, a thumbs up is a like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and also share with other people, especially other expats, people who are looking to come down to Grenada. And yeah, like Guyanese people, you guys share it with the Guyanese community, and just share the video, guys, and yeah, give it some love. Yeah, that's it from me. I am hopefully gonna do some Christmas stuff, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, I'm sending you guys so much love and so much blessings and just so much gratitude to go into next year. So bye.